Hey everybody, today we're going to be highlighting another Texas craft brewery, 512 Brewing Company, and the beer we're going to highlight today is the Juicy IPA. Let's check it out. Hey, what's going on everybody? Michael here again with Craft Beer Drinker. I want to welcome you to another video this week. This week we're going to highlight another brewery in Texas. It's 512 Brewing Company based out of Austin, Texas. So let's look forward to that description on the brewery. What we're going to talk about today is their Juicy IPA. Before I get into the tasting and describing about the brewery, just if this is the type of content that you're interested in and like, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to future videos. We put out content every week. Hopefully, if you're just getting started in the craft beer world or have already dived into it, you'll enjoy this type of content that I put out each week. I like to discover a new brewery from around the country. We just randomly grab a beer that they have produced and we highlight it here on Craft Beer Drinker page. So yeah, that's basically what we do here. And like I said, today what we're going to be highlighting is the 512 Brewing Company, located out of Austin, Texas, and the uniqueness of the 512. For those that are from the Texas area, obviously you know that the area code for Austin is 512. So yeah, you've got that tied into the title of the brewing company. It was started back in 2008, and in fact, they are holding a special 15th anniversary for their brewery in November. I believe it's on November 4th of 2023. So if you happen to be in the Austin area, look up 512 Brewing Company. They are only open on Saturdays, and the hours at their brewery are on Saturday from 1 to 5. And they actually have what they call their pecan tree patio. It's under their famous pecan tree, which started the whole thing. I believe in looking at their website, they even have a special porter that they named after the said pecan tree. It's called the Pecan Tree Porter. Hopefully, at some point, I'll get to try that. But today, like I said, we're going to dive off into their Juicy IPA, coming in at 6.2% alcohol by volume. As you can see, I've already poured it up. It's got that nice typical IPA hazy golden look to it, and as if you've seen some of my previous videos, you do know my love of India Pale Ales, but through this content I'm trying to explore more of the variety of the craft beer world, and hopefully you come along with me and enjoy the ride. But yeah, real quick, just a couple of notes I took off of their web page. You can find them on the web, 512brewing.com. And they're an independent brewery and locally owned and operated, based again out of Austin, Texas. They actually didn't have plans, I think, originally to even can and bottle their beer. For the first 12 years of their existence, from what I was reading, they were strictly draft. They handled their beer through kegs and through eateries and local bars and situation. So for the first 12 years, The only way you could enjoy a craft beer that 512 Brewing Company brewed was either through a keg, through a local distributor, or if you went into a restaurant that served beer and they happened to carry some of the 512 beers. So I thought that was kind of unique. It's taken them a while, but they've decided that, to expand and get out of their comfort zone, I guess. But they still hold to their roots, that for them, draft is king, from what I could tell, and I commend them for sticking to their guns. I am so glad that they've decided to do bottling and canning, so that those that don't want to venture out, go to restaurants or bars or whatever, or just want to have found a beer that they enjoy from 512 and want to bring it home, you can now go get that at some of your local beer distributor liquor stores that they carry craft beers. Again, I found this at my local Total Wine and Spirits. So yeah, you can look at your specs, your Total Wine, whatever I guess a liquor and beer store that carries craft beers. Check them out and see if you can try them. We're going to give this a try. I've never had their Juicy IPA, so I'm looking forward to it. Some of the notes that I picked up off of the website and from one of the founders, Kevin. He actually did a video, and some of the flavor notes and the notes that he got off of in the pour. And I'm going to tell you right now, I mean, if you're a grapefruit fan, which is one of the typical aromas that you're going to get on an IPA, either in the nose or in the taste, I immediately get drawn to that. But Kevin had stated that he picked up some citrus and some slight coconut with some sweet grapefruit. And I definitely can pick up that sweet grapefruit. But it's blended with a multitude of fruity hops, such as Citra, Motueka, I'm probably mispronouncing that, Raku, and Mosaic hops. But you combine all that with the American 2-row wheat and oats that they put in it, and you've just got it's a double dry, smooth, hoppy beer. Yeah, check that out. So I'm gonna give it a smell. I mean, it's almost, I don't know if some of you out there have drank the red grapefruit that used to come in the little metal cans with the little pull top back in the day. I don't remember what company did that, but right off the bat, that's what I smell. I mean, it just takes me back to that. Kevin was saying in the video that there is some sweetness to it, but it's not overpowering. You're going to get, I guess, an explosion of hop, but it's not off the charts. So let's just give it a try. Very, very, very citrusy. Not overpowering in the sweetness at all. You're getting grapefruit right up front, right at the end. That's one of the things that draws me to IPAs that I've come across, is that grapefruit, that tartness to it, and this is everything in that right now. I mean, it's grapefruit up front, in the back, on the nose. It's not a real hoppy type of IPA, but definitely, I don't know if it would be an IPA for the beginners, especially if you're not a grapefruit fan, because you're going to taste that throughout. I can promise you. Me, I love IPAs, like I said. Big grapefruit fan. So this is a winner for me. Let's see. And I would have to agree. One of the comments that Kevin said, the bitterness of the hop is mild, and it's not too sweet. I think he hit the nail right on the head in tasting that. Again, I think some people are deterred by IPAs because of that bitterness, and it's there, but again, it's not something that's overpowering. I'd have to give this a 4 out of 5 stars if you're looking for an IPA. That's no joke. I'm trying. Sometimes, like I said before, when I read the comments on the makeup of these beers on the brewery's website, sometimes I don't like to know what the comments of what the nose aromas and the taste buds are, because I don't want it to get in my head that that's immediately what I'm going to taste. I'm not so sure. I know Kevin had stated that. Either he had stated or I saw it on the website description about the beer. Let me turn that there. There was some coconut. I'm not so sure I'm picking that up, but I'm picking up the grapefruit, man. I love that color. I'm sorry, I just got to show you that again. Look at that IPA haze. I call it. I'm sure others that have drank IPA over the years. It's just a typical look of an IPA. The haze that you get out of that. It is light in a sense. But yeah, I mean. I don't know, again, if I was just getting into the craft beer, would I immediately throw someone onto this till they have some experience with IPAs? I don't know. It's not over the top hoppiness. You're gonna get the hop because it is an IPA. Okay, it's not subtle, but it's not overpowering. I can't really describe it. But for someone that loves IPA, you definitely need to go out and get this. 512 did 4 out of 5 on this, I'm telling you. Now, granted, these are just my honest opinions. This is how my taste buds interact with the beers I choose. I'm not probably going to enjoy every beer that we showcase on the channel. But so far, the beers that I have made a run through have been pretty good. And this one, for never having it, Juicy IPA would be at the top of the list of the beers that we've gone through so far on the channel. But yeah. That's what we're looking at today. Again, if this is the type of content that you enjoy, we like to showcase different breweries from around the country. We like to highlight a particular beer just at random that they've produced. I mean, basically, I just go in blindly to my local distributor here and grab beers off of the shelf, and then we randomly pick one. And we showcase it for you here on the channel, and I'm learning to branch out in my tastes and my likes in craft beer. I'm learning as I go. It's an experience. I mean, if you want a variety, I kind of liken it to people that like wines. I guess you're gonna have your certain taste. Not everybody likes Chardonnays or the whites or the Zinfandels or the Cabernets, you know. In the craft beer world, there's just, you've got stouts, porters, IPAs, pilsners. I mean, it's such a variety that you can try, that surely you'll find something, you'll get to enjoy it, and it's the experience of learning about these breweries. And at times, if you live in that state, or even when you're on vacation, if you're traveling into Austin, stop by the brewery. Again, they're only open on Saturdays, but they have an outdoor sitting area. They have their beers on tap for you to enjoy, to sample, to try. They're open from 1 to 5. Check them out. I mean, it's just such a great experience to go to these breweries. The majority of them that I've come across so far have areas where you can sit, enjoy with your friends, with your family members. A lot of them that I've come across, you can bring your pets. Kid friendly, a lot of these. I mean, they have activities to keep the kids occupied while you're enjoying a couple of craft beers with your friends and family. So yeah, we're going to continue to put out these videos. If any of the beers that you've seen me showcase on this channel are beers that you've had, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what your experience was with the beer, what your thoughts are on the taste, your likes and dislikes of the beer. And if you've been to any of the breweries, let us all know how it was. And I've never been to 512 Brewing Company. I do live in Texas. I've been to a couple of breweries, and we hope to showcase those here on the channel. We did go to Spindletap Brewery, and we do have a video that I can put the link on the channel to that. Go check them out. But today we get to enjoy Juicy IPA from 512 Brewing, based out of Austin, Texas. If you're going to drink this weekend with your family and friends, I suggest you grab you a nice cold craft beer, sit down on the back patio, enjoy your time. Please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next week on the next video. Cheers.